It's been 358 over 2 days since you looked at me. Cocked your head to the side and said, I'm Donald. 5 days since you laughed at me, saying, get that together, come back and see me. 3 days since the living room. Realized it's all my fault, but I couldn't tell you. Yesterday, you'd forgiven me, but I'll still be 358 over 2 days until I say I'm Sora. Still be 358 over 2 days till I say I'm Sora. Hello, we're going to be playing Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. No. What? No, 358 divided by 2 days? Let me check. Okay. Alright. I'm seeing that the official name is called Kingdom Hearts 358 days over 2. So that's officially what it's called. Um, it doesn't really make sense with the way they wrote it out, but okay. 358 days over 2. Um, and I hope you are over 2, over excited to see, that is, the game. I've never played this before. I've never seen it. I don't know what it's like. And I don't want to know. But, but we're going to find out anyway. This is originally for the Nintendo dual screen system, one of the finest consoles. I quite like my Nintendo dual screen. Um, if you had to ask me what's better, the Nintendo dual screen or the Nintendo 3DS, I don't know. I mean, 3DS could play DS games, so does that make it better? I don't know. Hmm. You missed all the. Well, you're just gonna have to watch in a month when this comes up. But listen, which do you like better, the 3DS or the DS? So we're just launching some launcher prerequisites here for Kingdom Hearts. I think we've got some updating to do. Probably of the Epic Game Store. Fun news for all of you 10,000 bits subscribers out there, that we have a new emote of Sorpeepums, Sorums, requested by you, specifically you, Voxel, who are the one and only person who has reached that privilege. That is now your emote until someone else reaches that level, and then they too. No, I don't want to play Kingdom Hearts 2. I beat that game. No, no. All right, we have to go over here. Dom, da dom, da dom. No! It won't let me stop! It won't let me not play Kingdom Hearts 2. Wait. Is Sora Peepum's grandson? Oh, so much is making sense now. The lore. Oh well. Now we've got to go for a proud mode run. This time we can play as Riku. I have this plugged in. It won't let me. Why is it? Why is it? No. Oh, I know why. The controller's not plugged in over here. Thank God. It was loading me in. The options were drawing me towards proud mode. And I'm not proud. I'm not proud to say that I have played Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, so we're going with this game, which if we're going top down, we skipped over to get to 2, but I think you'll understand, based on the characters who are on the title screen, why it's better that we see these characters introduced when they're actually introduced, as opposed to when they're introduced in the side game. That was made after the fact. Because it's like, alright, in this game, you play as Roxas. Ever heard of him? And you know what? You know what's messed up? Goofy isn't in this game.
Pitiful, heartless, mindlessly collecting hearts. The rage of the Keyblade releases those hearts. They gather in darkness.
Yes?
Masterless and free. Until they weave together to make Kingdom Hearts.
Oh shit.
And when that time comes, we can truly, finally exist.
Sounds overrated. I don't wish to exist.
Roxas, are you really sure that you don't have a heart?
How frequently will we see Seifer in this one? As I understand it,
Just look inside.
never.
But I figured
If you want to see a Final Fantasy character at all, fuck you.
inside us, then we'd feel it, wouldn't we? True enough.
There are no Final Fantasy characters in this game as far as I'm aware. Then what is even the point? That's what I'm saying. This is why I never played this game. There is no Final Fantasy characters, unless you consider these Final Fantasy characters, which they basically are, but Xemnas. Man. Traverses between skilled realms at Zigbar. Hey! I love this intro, though. Warrior and tactician harness the wind, whirlwind lancer, Zaldin! Hey! Domain over the power of ice, brilliant, chilly, academic, Vexen! I've changed my mind. This game is great. Commands the earth with quiet strength. Attacks to turn stalwart, Lexus. Wields shadows and illusions. Cloaked, schemer, Zexion. Adjutant, driven by the moon to seek hearts, Luna Diviner Sykes. Oh, he's your friend. Attacker with motive of the dome. Flowing of dancing flames. Axel. Wields star playing water, laid back, melodious nocturne Devix. Oh, this guy's actually British. He looks like he's Tom Hardy, but. Until time, even gamble of fate locks sword. Oh, this fucking guy. You know this one. Ambitions hidden by flowers and sight. Graceful assassin. Do you want to scream? Armed with knives, lightning, and temper. Savage nymph. Larxene nymph.
Do you want to scream?
Savage nymph. Larxene. It was pretty late. Yeah, what is with the nymph thing? I did. Oh, remember this reveal where they literally spelled out, "Hey, it's Sora, Roxas, Soroxis." This cool ass font. X. Awakened in the flickering light of dusk, key of destiny, Roxas. Alternatively, they kind of sound like fighting game intros. Born in darkness, clashing hearts are destined to fight. Who eats ice cream like that? You're gonna get a brain
times.
freeze.
Still got it memorized? The day we met, when you got your new name, you and I sat right here just like this and watched the sunset.
I remember that. I mean, I remember him telling me about that. I don't actually remember. I don't think we saw that. Kingdom Hearts 358 days. Over 2. Day 255. Why the sun sets red. I hope we have to live out every single day, like Persona. It's gonna be like Persona.
You're early. No, you're just late.
Axel immediately falls off, sitting down recklessly like that. Oh shit! Ah!
Today makes 255.
What's that about?
It's been that many days since I first joined the organization.
Oh, the cave game. That's right.
Man,
You know, we're
time
probably
flies.
done with that, right?
Memorized, do you?
Yeah. Have to hang on to something, right? It's not like I have memories from before the organization. Don't you remember? I acted like a zombie.
I was all like, blah, blah,
Right,
blah,
that
blah,
first
blah,
week
blah,
you
blah.
could barely form a sentence. But come on, you're still kind of a zombie.
Oh, thanks.
Slaps you on the back, falls off the tower.
Hey, Roxas. Bet you don't know why the sun sets red.
Ooh, science fact.
You see, light is made up of lots of colors.
Mhm.
And out of all those colors, red is the one that travels the farthest.
Like I asked, know-it-all.
Science fact. Science. Science.
Seriously, where is she?
He looks like he just like rotated 90 degrees. Light waves. Nice.
The destiny that is about to unfold actually started when we first met. On the 7th day after I came here.
When you gave me my name, Cornholio. Oh no! Ah! 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 No! 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 Ah! 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 Okay, all right, we stopped. Phew.
Good tidings, friends. Today is a momentous day.
Speaking of Persona, they announced
I
the
am
free-to-play
pleased
game
to
that they're making.
announce that a new
that
comrade has
looks
been
bad.
chosen to wear the coat.
Is that girl?
Number 14.
Wait a second. 14?
Let us all welcome one of the Keyblades chosen.
14? Is it? This ain't no organization 14. What are you talking about? They don't even have a chair for her.
For the 7 days since my arrival, the name Roxas and the number 13 were all I had. Who the people around me were, what they wanted, or what they were trying to do. I had no idea.
Same. Oh man, we're really gonna have to play every single day, aren't we?
Teach him well, Axel.
Don't worry. I'll be sure he makes the grade.
If this...
Roxas, let's go.
Okay.
What's wrong?
I know this isn't the game,
You worried about the new kid?
but if this was like Persona with like
What was
social
that name
linking with all the
again?
individual members of Organization
Number
13,
14. Shion.
I'd actually be
Right.
into it.
I
I
knew
don't know.
Shion.
Got it memorized, Roxas?
Xion.
Yeah,
Yeah?
What's her real name?
How about my name?
Is it like
then?
Oni?
Axel.
And how about
Neo?
our boss's name, huh?
Zemnis.
No way you're gonna forget his name, right?
Ion?
Let's go.
Eno? There really aren't that many options for Xion. For what her real name could be. Hide text. Wait, what's What? What was
The
that?
icing on the cake.
What was
You remember what this ice cream is called?
It's,
Sea salt ice cream. I already told you before. Get it memorized.
Okay. So yeah,
It's
before you got it
salty.
memorized, you have to get it
but
memorized.
sweet.
Roxas, you said the same exact thing the other day.
I did? I don't remember.
Mm. He's got a 50
So
First
what has
Dates
it
thing
been?
going on.
A week since you joined the organization?
Now here,
I
let me.
guess it has.
You guess
Here's
it
a good way to
has.
improve the movie
Come on,
50
you must
First
remember
Dates.
That much.
Put these two guys in it
Well,
because
here you are. Finally
then
out
Adam
in the
Sandler
field
wouldn't be in the
working for
movie.
the organization, right?
For the organization.
You might even say that today is where it all really begins for you.
Have you ever thought about how scary
Where it all
the movie
begins.
50 First Dates actually is? If you had to wake
As
up
a
every
member
day,
of the organization,
like
I'll be receiving
not knowing what
missions
happened to
every
you
day.
over the past like 20 years,
I'm still not exactly sure what I'm
and you have to
supposed
watch like
do.
a videotape that's like, "Hi, I'm Adam Sandler, and you're married to me. You actually love me. We have a child." Every day, waking up and having to like adjust to this new life. Roxas learned of the Heartless during the mission. Marluxia, who accompanied Roxas on his mission, explained how hearts appear when a Heartless is defeated. Maybe I'll read these as goofy. He also explained that the organization seeks to collect released hearts to complete Kingdom Hearts, and that Roxas, as a Keyblade wielder, is the only one capable of completing
Do you
this
want
mission.
to scream?
Why did they say during the mission?
The organization
Are there
defeats
no
the
missions in
Heartless
this?
in order to collect hearts.
Is there gameplay in
and
this
complete
game?
Kingdom Hearts. But I don't know what that is, or what it does. I don't even know what a heart is.
I don't know what a heart is either, to be honest. I'm gonna put the controller down. This might be movie time. Organization members seek to become whole by assimilating with Kingdom Hearts. Zexion explained how nobodies lack hearts, and are therefore incomplete and desire ones of their own.
Nobodies don't exist.
Yeah, nobody don't exist.
We in the organization
Everybody exists.
were born without hearts. So, if we don't have hearts, does that mean we don't exist?
I don't know, maybe. Keyblade. Larxene, who accompanied Roxas on his mission, seemed displeased with him for being a Keyblade wielder. She instructed Roxas on how to fight without using the Keyblade. By training without the Keyblade, Roxas once again realized its efficacy. But the question of why he alone can wield it deepens. Okay, so
The
far,
Keyblade releases hearts.
this is the best Kingdom Hearts game.
So, Why am I the only one who can
I'm doing
wield
great.
such a thing?
We're making a
I'm
lot of
learning all these
progress.
things, but there's so much more that I don't get.
Is this really not a game? I assumed it was a game. While carrying out a reconnaissance mission together, Vexen informed Roxas that there are other worlds, and one must be aware of each world's own unique rules and features. You gotta be
Back
aware
and
of the
forth,
features.
to and from the same places every day. Sometimes we go to other places on real missions, but we can't cross the walls that divide the worlds. That's why we create our own paths in the darkness. Or so they say.
They say that sometimes. Day 13. Deeds to be done. We're just looking at pictures of him being tired. Luxius exhorted Roxas to rely only on his strength during missions. Roxas had simply followed the organization's orders up to that point, but he began to realize that his ability to wield the Keyblade was his strength and something that only he could do. Luxius informed Roxas that he is vital to the organization. If he can wield the Keyblade and the
There
Keyblade
are
releases
nice
hearts
guys
and hearts
and
unlock
not so
Kingdom
nice
Hearts, should
guys
they
in the
support him?
organization.
Probably.
But everyone's working together to complete Kingdom Hearts.
Like,
There's lots
Organization
I don't know,
13 is all about like
but I do
manipulating
know
Sora
I
because
have
he
to
can
keep fighting the
use the
darkness.
Keyblade.
So I
But
can
Roxas
be
can
whole.
use the Keyblade. Why not just manipulate Roxas? Good question, I say. Day 14. This game would be good. It would be better. Let's say this game would be
Who are
improved
they?
if every scene
Probably
ended with a goofy yell like
Just some
that.
kids who live here.
So does everybody act that way?
What?
What do you mean?
Running?
Like running around chasing each other, making all that noise.
They didn't make
Well,
that much
yeah.
noise.
If they have hearts, I suppose that's what they do.
Hearts.
Come on, let's get some ice cream.
Why?
Why? Well,
Axel, you're gonna like
because we're friends.
Friends.
you're gonna get diabetes eating this much ice cream.
Friends
Get it
eat
together,
ice cream together,
man.
talk and laugh about the stupidest things. Like those kids we just saw. Come on, let's go.
I think you're projecting a lot onto those kids who just ran by. I have no idea what they talk about.
Hey, Roxas,
They might be like running to the hospital
After your
because one
next
of their
mission,
parents
let's
fell
meet
ill.
up for ice cream again. No fun just going back and forth between the castle and work, right?
Yeah, right. We're friends, huh?
Missions. I bet we'll be doing missions. Roxas executed his missions without much thought. Is that it? Oh man, to think we skipped this gameplay when we could execute missions without much thought until day 22. They were just like, yeah, this part's filler.
I'm gonna miss this
Let's
ice
be
cream thing
honest.
we do.
Huh?
Gonna be away for a while. Starting tomorrow.
Really?
I can fill you in since we're friends. I'm gonna be at Castle Oblivion.
Castle Oblivion?
What a
The
dumb name.
organization's got a second castle in the world between worlds. It's called Castle Oblivion. Got it memorized?
I wish somebody told me these
I like how we
things.
have like a more restrained, like wistful, got it memorized in this.
Well, I gotta head back and
Got
get
it
ready. Nothing but
memorized.
fun, fun, fun.
Hey Thor, working hard or hardly working? Winner! Ooh, do we get to go to the ice cream factory? Special Willy Wonka treat?
Axel, I have a message from Lord Zemnis. Among the members assigned to Castle Oblivion, there are traitors. Find them and dispose of them.
Who's the
I
traitor?
trust
Hello, Major
that
Shake.
really came from Lord Zemnis himself.
Hey, Axel?
Hey, Axel, what's up? Who could the traitor
If
be?
you're looking for Axel, he's gone.
Could it be the hooded figure?
What do I do with this?
I was almost going to pick up the controller, but then I have to remember. This is the game. Roxas received orders to carry out a mission with Xion. Xion, hooded in hiding without any facial expression, spoke not of anything. She was just like, I'm too cool to talk.
This place is so much nicer, without the loudmouths.
Loudmouths?
Those bossy coworkers sent to Castle Oblivion.
Well, I suppose it's too bad you and Poppet didn't get to spend a little more quality time with him.
This guy's kind of a loudmouth.
I'm talking about Xion, kiddo.
Kiddo?
Roxas, get to work.
Mr. Grumpy Pants is over here. Roxas, time to do a
I've
mission.
got someplace to be again today, so go on ahead without me.
Roxas.
Huh? Xion?
Roxas is your name.
Oh.
Yeah.
We got a genius over here. Very perceptive of you. It says Saxor. I'm reading it left to right from my perspective, so it says Saxor. Like, because they put it correct for us, the viewer, but like Roxas looking at it would be backwards.
Roxas.
And he'd be like, Saxor? Well, I guess that's my name.
Best of luck today.
Is that Nominee?
Yeah.
Nominee
Let's
dyed her
go.
hair black. Like, I'm not sure if this is supposed to look like Kyrie, or just like we got a little case of the old,
Wow,
the old same face
Xion.
going on
I
with
didn't
this
know
with
you could use the
Nominora.
Keyblade.
You know? Neither did I.
You earned the icing on the cake.
Huh?
Come on, I'll show you.
You're
This
gonna
is such a great
put
spot.
icing on a cake?
How'd you find it?
But this is ice cream.
Here you go. Sea salt ice cream. Come on, try it.
It's literally the only food I know about.
It's sweet. And salty.
It's good,
And
right?
C
Axel and I,
and
we
creamy.
meet here for ice cream after work. This flavor is Axel's favorite.
Sounds like it's yours, too.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know any other
Axel
flavors.
brought me here to eat ice cream on my first day with the organization. And then, after my first mission, he got me ice cream again, said it was icing on the cake.
Like you just did for me.
Yeah,
It would be funny if someone just showed up with like
You
some
guys
chocolate.
must be really close.
well,
They're just like,
Axel and
"Eh."
I are friends.
I just wanted something different.
Friends. Do you think that I could be a friend?
When Axel gets back, we'll all have ice cream together.
Okay.
the ending of that cutscene was so funny. They're just like, conversation over.
Is it true then? About Castle Oblivion?
That's none of your concern.
And Axel?
Gone. He may have disappeared for good.
So this is, that's like Chain of Memories story happening. Where Axel and the nymph herself headed over to do that whole game.
Hey, what happens when Heartless are destroyed?
The hearts remain. And then, those hearts gather together to form the great Kingdom Hearts.
Then, can you tell me what remains if a nobody is destroyed?
What's there to leave behind? We're not even supposed to be in the first place.
And the members at Castle Oblivion, where'd they go?
They went to Castle Oblivion.
In which case, I'll never see them again?
That's right.
That's right.
You coming?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Sure thing. Braxian.
What's
I keep thinking his name is Braxian, the Pokemon. But it's Zigbar. Lips. The Dark Margine.
I've been to see him. He looks a lot like you.
Who are you?
I'm what's left. Or maybe I'm all there ever was.
I meant your name.
My name is of no importance. What about you?
It's
Do you remember your true
Zigamando.
name?
My true name is...
Zongoshkaba.
You
Zamalancho.
have been with us for 6 days now. The time has come.
And so have I. Wait, what? Nothing. What? What did you say? Zama Makumania is my name.
Will he wake from this?
I am told Roxas will return, provided the hero is stripped of all his memories.
Then I suppose much hinges on Castle Oblivion.
Shion has gained power over the Keyblade, just as we intended. She can fill Roxas's shoes for the time being.
Are they the same shoe size? Tell me more about the shoes. I am very interested. Ducey asks, is there a game in this video game? There was, originally. This supposedly is like
a new world today, Roxas.
A game that has like cooperative multiplayer and stuff too.
I hope that you can join me.
Where like you would go around and do Kingdom Hearts shit, like missions and stuff, as like Roxas or Xion or
I'll see you tomorrow.
all those guys.
Roxas.
He wakes up, he's like, what is this shit? Why is this here? Bye, Sora. Time to die. Yeah, I think Xion bringing him just like a bunch of random shit, it's like very much like a cat. Like just being like, here, I got a rat for you. Here, I got a hairball. It's a present for you. You know, I did always want to watch movies with all you. You know? If only that were something that was actually allowed on Twitch. I guess this is like that.
What happened to me?
You were sleeping for a long time. Sayek said there was no telling when you might wake up.
It's not necessarily the movie I'd choose, but it is a movie.
But I'm glad you did.
I kind of feel like a zombie, though.
We're hearing a lot about him being a zombie. Does he become a zombie?
Brought you this.
Another one? How many of these do you have? How many of these do I
I've
need?
been picking one up on every mission.
You know, I don't have that much space in my apartment.
Hold it up to your ear.
There's like a worm inside, and it'll crawl inside of your ear and then lay eggs. Hee hee. I have several in mine. Day 51. We're making some good progress. In Agrabah, apparently. The whereabouts of the members who were sent to Castle Oblivion were still unknown. Roxas received a solo mission where he had to kill that flower thing. I feel like we're gonna beat this in one sitting. Roxas carried out his daily missions alone. Oh. But he might get a medallion. Oh no, lots of guys. Wow, nothing of import happened here. He did 20 days of missions, all by himself.
Hey, Roxas. It's been a while. What's the matter? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Axel. I heard everyone at Castle Oblivion was annihilated.
Not me. I'm tough.
You had me worried.
I'm too sexy to be killed.
Worried? We nobodies don't have the hearts to worry, you know?
I'll go buy us some ice cream.
I gotta check in with the boss. Or he's gonna let me have it.
My doctor says I can't eat much more of this stuff, you know.
No.
Why'd you come here?
I guess I just needed a little time to sort out my feelings, you know?
I thought you didn't have a heart.
We're not people.
Your ice cream's melting. Eat up.
Oh.
Stop biting it.
You know, I started inviting Shion up here while you were gone.
Do y'all bite ice cream?
Shion?
Like that? I
made
can't
her
do
a
it.
Promise. The three of us could have ice cream when you got back.
It immediately makes my teeth hurt.
She's my friend too.
I just like, oh, I just get a visceral experience watching these people bite ice cream like monsters.
Why didn't you report?
He's got a nice view in here.
What? Not even one little word of appreciation?
The only thing I've heard is that Namine has gone missing.
There 1 minute, gone the next. I don't know how she got out.
Did you search every room?
Are you kidding? You know as well as I do that searching through every room there is impossible.
And the chamber?
You want me to play through Train of Bembley?
Come on, I would've
Fuck
told you
that.
that much. I gotta hand it to you. About Marluxia being one of the traitors, you knew exactly what was up from the start.
I merely rounded up and sent off the ones who were getting in the way.
Whoa there. Was I one of those you wanted to erase?
Good to see you made it back safe.
I disposed of Zexion, by the way.
Does anyone feel intense pain on the downhill parts of roller coasters?
I moved things along just the way you wanted.
I wouldn't say intense pain.
At least for now.
I would definitely say there's like a pit in your stomach kind of feeling when you're doing a big drop. I know you, Voxel, are specifically like...
You're more cheerful.
Even when you see big drops like
You really think
in
so?
games and stuff, you're like,
I was thinking the same about you.
Yeah, well,
understandable.
I guess. You must have rubbed off on me.
Huh?
Nah, it's thanks to you that we get to sit here again and laugh while having ice cream.
It's like watching Norman Reedus peel his toenails off. Death Stranding. The promise. Is Roxas gonna give Axel a promise ring? Rox is worried over not having seen Gion in over 10 days. They had yet to fulfill their promise of having ice cream. They just haven't had enough ice cream yet. Trio.
Shion!
Roxas? Ah!
Shion!
Gion, that was really dumb.
Roxas, we have to take that thing out first.
And then they did. Just imagine there was gameplay in between there.
Shion, are you okay?
Roxas?
Easy. Are you hurt?
I'm fine. Thank you. It's just...
You can tell us all about it. But why don't we head back first? There you go.
Thank
Man.
you.
Holding the two like that, that's impressive. A pain, you feel like a tingling in your tongue and the nether regions.
Yeah.
You know, that's also a thing.
What's wrong? I thought you'd wolf it down.
Did something happen?
I can't remember
We're
what
here
it's
for you
called,
if
but
you
there is a
wanna get
thing
it
like
off your
for like
chest.
heights where like
Right, Roxas?
you have like some pain in the old testicular region. Obviously, if you've got those.
He's right. That's what friends are for.
I can't use the Keyblade anymore. And without the Keyblade, I can't do my job.
What exactly happened?
I don't know. But if I don't defeat Heartless with the Keyblade, the hearts they release will just find their way into other Heartless instead.
Yeah, I mean, does it really matter
I
though?
swap them in one place, and they just pop up in another.
It's kind of what they do no matter what.
My mission is to go out and collect hearts.
Like,
If I'm unable to use the Keyblade, I'll be useless.
plenty of people here don't use
Is
keyblades.
there
They just
anything
use like
you can
fucking,
do, Axel?
I don't know,
wish there
chakrams,
was.
like Axel or whatever.
It's just like she said.
Or like pointy
Without the Keyblade,
cards
she can't collect hearts.
that you throw at people.
And once they find out,
Like, what's his name? Gambit.
they're gonna turn me into a dusk.
We can't do anything?
I already told you there's nothing we can...
I just had an idea.
Did you think of something?
Roxas, you can work double duty.
Huh?
What do you mean?
Shion, make sure your missions are with Roxas until you can use the Keyblade again. That way, he can collect the hearts and no one will know that you can't use the Keyblade.
That's it.
You just have to do double
First,
overtime, Roxas.
That means you have to collect twice as many hearts.
Yeah, I can do it.
Would you?
Of course I would.
I love having ideas that make other people do work
Friends
and not
need to
me.
lean on each other every now
Great
and then.
idea, Axel.
Ain't that right, Roxas?
We're friends. Axel, does that mean you and I are friends, too?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I wouldn't go that far. I barely know you.
Well, if you're friends with Roxas, then yeah, of course you're my friend.
Imagine someone having that reaction if you
Thank
asked
you,
them if they're your friend.
Roxas.
Am I your
Axel?
friend? Well, I mean,
Just eat your ice
I
cream.
mean, you're friends with Jerry, and I'm friends with Jerry. So, are we friends? Probably. Wow, great. Roxas and Gion went on a mission together, like Axel suggested. Roxas met Aladdin's friend, Jenny, during his mission. When Jenny attempted to magically repair the damage from the sandstorm, Darude informed him that Aladdin should have said he wanted to rebuild the town without relying on magic. Jenny respected his friend's resolve and decided against using his powers. Roxas reflected on the idea of a friend's resolve.
So, best friends.
So this
Are
is the
different from
power of a
plain
friend's
friends, right?
resolve.
They're about the same.
Best friends, huh?
But I'd say best friends are a notch above just plain friends.
So how are they different?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you because I don't have any best friends.
Is this a localization thing?
I see.
Is that because I feel like it's pretty obvious. Wow, they ate a lot of ice cream in between this time. 20 days later.
The time has arrived.
20 days have passed.
And at long last, we see before us the great collection of hearts.
Kingdom Hearts, yay!
Hearts full of rage, hate, sadness, and bliss.
The four
Shining
emotions.
down upon us is the crystallization of all hearts. Kingdom Hearts.
That's Chappie.
There, in the sky, hangs the promise of a new world. My friends, let us gain further power to conquer the human heart and claim it as our own. Let us remember why we are here and what we hope to achieve. Hearts shall be gathered and be made our own. Hearts shall never again have power over us.
No more hearts. Hearts are banned. Or,
All this
yes,
fighting.
hearts?
I wonder what it's for.
I don't know.
Come on, you know what it's for. We have
They
to
either-
complete the great
They're
Kingdom
going to
Hearts.
get the hearts for
You
themselves.
saw it too, didn't you?
And then no one else will have
But
hearts.
what is Kingdom Hearts?
It's the gathering place of hearts.
What is Kingdom
Isn't
Hearts?
it?
Please answer this for me.
It's where all the hearts wind up after they're released by you. When we gather enough, we might finally get hearts of our own.
Hearts shall be made our own.
Is Kingdom Hearts really that important?
I
Are you
ask myself this
crazy?
every week.
I just don't see why having a heart is that important, you know?
Come on. You're wondering about that now?
Well, I don't understand since I don't have
Wait,
a heart.
which voice makes you uncomfortable?
Roxas.
Which
We'll
of these
understand once
is
we
it?
have our own hearts. That's why we fight, to find out what it's about.
Okay,
Okay,
I guess you're right.
fine. I'll get a heart. Whatever. Nobody's. Roxas and Gion went to the usual spot. They had begun to get used to going on missions together. Why is all of this happening in Agrabah?
It looks like every nobody in the organization is good at different things.
That's right. Everybody's unique.
Even nobodies without hearts?
Just because we don't all have hearts doesn't mean that we're all exactly the same. We each have memories of our pasts.
Memories?
And we've got these
You
memories
remember your
memorized.
past?
Yeah, that's one of the things that makes each member of the organization special. We
Watching
remember
movies
who
with
we
me
were
is a
as
nightmare.
humans.
I just talk all the
But I
time.
don't.
Me neither.
Not like in a movie theater, but
Well,
like
maybe that right there is
you're
what
just
makes
watching
you
like a
guys
movie
the
on the
most
couch with
unique
me.
in the organization.
What were you like
Just
before
constantly
you were a
blabbering.
nobody?
Huh?
It's very annoying.
Me?
Don't do it. I don't recommend it.
Oh, I don't know. I think I've always been pretty much the same.
I wish I could remember stuff like that.
Really? It's just baggage, you know.
But I can't remember anything, not even from when I was born a nobody.
All you did was stare into space.
Oh, thanks.
You know, I don't remember much either.
You two sure do have a lot in common.
I wonder what kind of guy I was before.
Well, maybe we'll find out right now what kind of guy he was. Was he like a little guy? No, we're just gonna see like a little clip of these two other people that he hasn't met. Xion, informed by Sykes that she and Roxas would no longer go on missions together, worried over being unable to use her Keyblade, Roxas in turn lent Xion his Keyblade. I didn't know you could do that. I was pretty sure it just like zapped back into their hand, right?
Thanks, Roxas. You can have this back.
Do you remember anything?
I don't know. But let me try again.
She did it.
Huh?
You did it!
Roxas,
Yeah,
it
never
worked.
touch another man's
I
Keyblade.
can't wait to tell Axel this. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's part of the laws of the organization.
Axel!
Whoa! Where'd you come from?
How was your mission?
You know, I sure wish the Heartless would hold still once in a while. I fell right on my butt chasing them around.
I thought you said you were tough.
And now I got ass
Yeah,
pain.
whatever. That's got nothing to do with it. So, how did your caper go?
I'm not a fan of capers. They got a weird texture.
Ta-da!
Roxas, Axel, thank you.
I didn't do anything.
You made it possible for the two of us to go on a mission together.
If it weren't for you, Xion might never have remembered how to use the Keyblade.
So thanks, Axel.
How about sea salt ice cream then?
Oh, very original.
Buy me one and we'll call it even.
You got
Daring
it.
today, aren't
I'll
we?
be right back.
It's the it's very much like the Squidward meme of him like attending the
I hope it
Counter
can
at the
always
Krusty
be
Krab.
just like this forever.
Me too.
What's that all about?
I just want these days to last forever. Hanging out, the ice cream, the sunsets.
Well, nothing lasts forever, you know. Least of all for a bunch of nobodies like us.
I have on good authority that
But it's
this will
okay
last
if things change and
approximately
you can't meet up here.
385 days
As long as we
over two.
keep each other in our thoughts,
Or
none of
something
us
like
will
that.
ever have to be apart. Got it memorized?
Got it memorized.
Wow, that was so not you.
Hey!
Anytime someone slaps someone on the back in these scenes, just that's the Goofy yell. Ah, hoo, 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 hoo. Poof. Man, what's that thing? As Xion had regained her Keyblade, Roxas returned to carrying out his daily missions as usual. Mostly in Agrabah, apparently. Oh, and then there were some, like, icicle guys. Oh. Man, how many days was that for?
Huh? Ever heard of knocking? What do you want?
Tell me what Xion has been doing.
How is your
should I
ass
know?
bone?
I'm not spying on
Axel.
her.
The two of you look pretty close.
Coccyx.
So what? Now I've got a rat on my friends to you? I think you should just go.
Today you and Xion will be going on the same mission.
Well, thank you, sir, for personally delivering that message to me.
We also need you to go back to Castle Oblivion soon.
Says Lord Xemnas?
That castle hasn't given up all its secrets. One, even he doesn't know of its whereabouts.
Even he doesn't know. You mean the chamber, right?
Some sort of chamber?
We turn that place inside out. If it's
You know
there,
saying?
we're not gonna find it just by looking.
Then let me give you another reason. Xion comes from the castle to which Namine can be traced. The place
Sorry, I'm
where
just having
both
trouble
Namine
breathing.
and Xion were born. It's practically calling out for you.
Whatever. As far as the castle goes, you're the one who really wants to go there.
But
By
I am not
finding
the
the
main
room that
character
Xemnas is
in this
searching
story. So you have to
You
go,
would
Axel.
find out everything about Xemnas' true agenda, am I right?
The Chamber of Repose as well as the Chamber of Waking.
The Chamber of Wanking.
Xemnas has an agenda.
Xemnas
he
has been
hasn't
in there
told
for
to anybody.
years. He's never
And we are
left the
bound to
Chamber
find
of
some
Wanking.
clues in the Chamber of Waking. And once we obtain those clues, we'll have the upper hand for our own objectives.
I knew the time would come when Vexen and Zexion got in your way.
Vexian.
That's why I took the initiative and cleared the way to the top for you. I can handle all the dirty work. You go all the way to the top.
You will be going on a solo mission to
Now,
Castle
you see,
Oblivion.
you gotta
Expect
collect,
the orders soon.
like, cards that have, like, a total of, like, 99.
Castle Oblivion.
And it's really fucking annoying. You gotta get a whole lot of cards. You're gonna have to grind a lot. I recommend roulette rooms. Oh. Roxas and Zigbar investigated a new world on a reconnaissance mission. Roxas asked about the purpose of the mission, and Zigbar replied that they were searching for possible candidates to join the organization. Only special nobodies can join the organization. Zigbar then informed Roxas that he and Xion are particularly special nobodies. 'Cause they can use keyblades. So, what should we talk
Roxas
about?
is late today.
Hope Zigbar isn't giving him too hard of a time.
Have you ever been in this situation,
Yeah,
folks?
right?
You're hanging out with a friend, and that friend has their friend there, but your friend kind of leaves the room, and so you just
know
are like,
what, Axel?
so, yeah,
I'm gonna
Carl's
sit
cool,
here and
right?
Talk with you guys.
Oh yeah, I love Carl.
I get
Totally.
the strangest feeling. That
You,
a long time ago, I used
how'd you
to watch
meet
the
Carl?
sunset with somebody else.
Oh man, it
It's
was
the
really,
same when I watch
it's a
the
great
sea.
story. It's,
Someplace by the sea.
you watch, did you watch Last of
where I
Us?
hear the sound of the waves.
What did you think of?
Feeling that
What do
I
you think
was
of that?
talking with someone.
I'll see you later, Major Shake.
So
Good
you
night.
mean that you have memories of your past?
It's not quite like that. Well, I don't know. What do you think? Are these memories?
No, that's a
I wouldn't
shell.
know either.
Shells are
You
not
have
like memories.
don't you?
Yeah, sorta. Though it's not like they've ever really done me any good.
You're okay in that situation as long as the other person isn't a
Roxas
creep.
like me.
Well,
Neither one of us remembers much.
one of
I
these
wonder
two
if he
people is a
and I
bit creepy.
Had this
I won't
much
say
in
which
common
one, though.
Before we were nobodies.
Boink. Lazy day. Hey everybody, it's lazy day today. Roxas's first day off. Accustomed to always having a mission to execute, Roxas aimlessly wandered the castle, unsure of what else to do. Even asking Axel and Gian how they spent their time off proved unhelpful, so he eventually went to his usual spot. The Chamber of Wanking. Man, those kids... I don't know. They gotta find something better to do. Feel bad for them.
I knew you'd be here.
Axel.
Get these kids an
Slept
Xbox.
like a log. Are the kids here on summer vacation already? Nah. Can't be. It's much too early.
Summer vacation? What's that?
It's a dream come true, that's what. Where they get a whole month off.
Oh, just
A
1 month?
off? I wouldn't know what to do with that much time.
1 month? Where the fuck
I
do you only
can't
get
even
1
figure
month
out how to
off?
fill a day.
You'd be surprised. They give you plenty of homework, and of course, you have to play with your friends every day.
1 month and you have homework?
Trust
Fuck
me,
that.
it's over before you can blink.
Hell no.
I could deal with 7 days, maybe.
Most kids spend the time just goofing off with their friends. They save the homework till the end, and then
See,
help each other finish
rapping
it.
on Dog Street.
That sounds
Making
fun,
ice
I
cream in his
guess.
hair.
Hanging around with friends is fun. I'd forgotten all that since becoming a nobody, I guess. So, how did you spend your day?
Hey guys, how did I know you'd be here?
Where did you go,
Well,
Shion?
it's the only location we
Didn't go
know of.
anywhere. What about you two? Did you guys go somewhere without me?
Axel says he was asleep all day.
Damn, that
What?
sounds
What's
nice.
that about? You wasted a day off?
Wasted
Unlike you
nothing.
Two lazy bones, I work hard, so I'm tired. Okay?
Exactly.
Unlike
See,
me
Axel's
and
in his
Roxas,
30s.
maybe
He
you're just
appreciates
out of
napping. This is like the ending of CSI Miami. Yeah!
Tomorrow, it's back to work.
Yeah.
Hope we get another vacation soon.
Oh yeah, I might not see you guys again for a while.
Huh?
They're sending me out on recon for a few days.
Where?
Can't tell.
I gotta be honest,
What's up with that?
I thought it said retcon.
It's a secret mission.
They're sending me out on
But I thought
retcon.
we were friends.
We gotta go
Hey, I'm
rewrite
not
the
about to
ending.
tell you all my dark
So,
secrets.
okay, we're writing in
Got
a
it
new character.
memorized?
Her
Dark
name
secrets.
is Aqua.
Haha, I'm kidding. I just gotta keep my mouth shut about
Glad
it.
you like
or
that
else
one.
Sykes will get on my case. You know how he can get.
Yeah.
Try not to bungle everything while I'm gone, huh?
Now, why would we do that?
Well, considering your track record, I just can't count on you guys.
Hey! We can handle things just fine.
That's right. Just you watch.
Okay. You can end a scene with everybody laughing and then the camera panning out once. You can't do it 3 times in the same scene.
What took you so long?
Hello,
it's my
Bigman.
vacation. I can take all the time I want. Since when do I have to check in with you?
You're letting yourself get too attached to them.
I
Yeah,
sent
yeah.
you several
Whatever you
messages on the
say.
work Slack. that you have not responded
You know,
to, Axel.
You've changed.
Boink. Work to do. It's not a lazy day anymore. Important things can be a weakness. Roxas talked to Xion about what Zaldin said during his mission, but they were unable to understand the meaning of Zaldin's words. Roxas continued his daily missions. Why didn't you accept my meeting request? Meanwhile, oh god, so many days. Whenever that happens in Persona, it actually means something to me, and I get very stressed out. Like, no, I had time. I had time.
Roxas.
Axel, you're back.
Yep, I just got home. So, are you holding up?
Yeah,
Where's Xion?
she's not here yet.
The
She's
boss
usually
makes a
here by
dollar, and
now.
I make a dime. That's why I shit on company time.
This isn't like her.
That's it. Oh, okay.
How could he?
Riku. It's Riku, but as we know, that's actually, he got Norded.
I'm not a sham.
You might be a sham. I can't confirm. Say that's Axel's secret. He's always shitting. He's got he's got that adult diaper game on lockdown. I don't know when this happened. That secret Xehanort.
Just give me another chance.
We can't afford to take any more chances on you. You were a mistake we never should have made.
Yeah, Riku is Xehanort at this time.
Xion?
So, you know, he's just walking around as like Xehanort. I guess Xehanort's soul is inside of him. Do I think Sykes is self-conscious about his scars?
Huh.
I think he put them there himself.
Where's Xion?
He thought it looked sick.
Haven't seen her today.
He was like, we've got a cool thing with the X's.
well.
So I'm going to make a fun X scar.
Axel,
Like really, really cool
is there
looking.
anything you couldn't bear to lose?
Anything I couldn't bear to lose? What's that about?
Come on, just say it's Roxas.
Well,
You know it's Roxas.
I met someone today who had something like that. This thing was so important to him he couldn't bear to lose it. And Zaldin said that was his weakness. Why don't I have anything like that?
Who did you meet?
It's
Was it like
because you
Geppetto
don't
or
have
something?
a heart.
I guess. But Demix doesn't have a heart.
Oh, I couldn't lose my
Don't
my
get
dear
upset if you took the
Pinocchio.
sitar away.
Huh. I think you have a point there.
Wait, it's a sitar?
So you don't
Not a
need
guitar?
a heart to have something that you can't bear to lose then.
I didn't know that.
If that's true, then I guess the closest thing that we nobodies have would be memories of our past. It's the memories that create the things that we don't want to lose.
Memories of the past. I don't
Metal
remember my
Gear.
past.
Even though you might not remember the past, I'm sure you have things you don't want to lose.
Like what?
You've got memories since you joined us, right?
I
Oh,
don't
you know, Roxas, isn't there like
I
a
do.
person you wouldn't want to lose? Like, Like somebody who like
Couldn't
always
bear
buys
to
you
lose
ice
my memories of
cream,
you or
like
Shion.
anybody like that
So
you
then
could
you
think of.
really do have something that you can't bear to lose,
You know,
right?
I'm just maybe
Every one of
somebody with red hair that you
Including us
know.
nobodies. We all have something that we want to hang on to.
Yeah, I mean you're
That's
right,
scary.
but I don't know.
You
Xion
can't
doesn't
be
have
scared
red
without
hair.
a heart.
Who could you be talking about?
If my friends... If you or Shion were to disappear, it's... scary to think of what it would be like without you guys.
Scared is not an emotion that can exist inside us.
Well... I am scared right
Did they
now,
add
for
Xion
sure.
to this game so that them saying
it's
things like
just
this
that
sounded less like
You remember what it's like to be
explicitly
scared,
gay?
you know? Somewhere deep inside your memories.
Was it like a... They wanted to be like a little more subtle? Coincidentally, Roxas and Xion were given the same post. Wow! Xion failed in her mission to dispose of an imposter, and became discouraged after being reprimanded by Sykes. Xion put up a strong front for Roxas, who was at a loss for words. Roxas then suggested going on missions together to cheer her up. Then they went on missions for 37 days. You got excited with the battle music? No gameplay. I haven't touched the controller in a long
I
time.
wonder where Axel is. Guess we got the work done a little too fast, huh?
It's cutscene, ice cream, cutscene, ice cream. That's this game. So he does need to visually look at things. Okay.
Your face. Who are you really? And why do you have a keyblade?
Tell me first, why you are dressed as one of us.
No. Bye.
To make sure my best friend sleeps in peace. I don't know who you're supposed to be, but you can't fight fire with sparks.
This is
This
before
keyblade, it's a sham.
This is before Riku fully gives in to the
My keyblade is not a
Xehanort
sham.
inside of him
What gives you the right to say that?
and like becomes his like Xehanort's appearance. So he is Riku. He's not Norded at this point. Oh fuck. Oh that hurt. Oh.
Find a new crowd. Trust me, those guys are bad news.
What are you, my mom?
Why? You're the real sham.
Damn.
Fair enough. You could say I am the biggest nobody of them all.
Well, I don't know. Some of those other guys are pretty large. That was intense.
Shion? Shion! Something wrong?
Sorry. My mind's on other things.
I'm just thinking of like a cool anime fight
Roxas?
scene.
Do you ever think about why we're doing all of this?
What do you mean, why? So we can get hearts of our own, right?
But what do we need hearts for?
I don't fucking know.
But I think once we
Neither
have
does
hearts,
Roxas, apparently.
we probably won't have to think about why we're doing all this. Or if we need hearts.
I'm not sure. I just wish I knew what I was doing here.
You're
I
diffusing
started having the
the
strangest
queer
dreams.
tension.
Like nightmares?
I can never
Jihan.
remember what they're about. I just Wake up scared.
I do like that, like, the plot of this game is, like,
Zigbar
everyone
said
being
you
like,
and me were pretty
the
special.
fuck are we doing?
Exceptional, he said.
Why are
Special?
we doing any of this? And everyone's like,
Isn't that
I don't know. Why are we doing any of
just
this?
another way of saying that I'm a mistake?
You're not a mistake.
Well, you and I may both be exceptional, Roxas, but I don't think we're quite the same.
You have different hair color than me. I don't want this. You were just licking it. That's how you get COVID.
Hey, Roxas.
Axel.
Shion couldn't make it again today?
Actually, you just missed her.
How? Are there several staircases on this clock tower? She take the west staircase down? Oh, this is when Kingdom Hearts 2 starts. Just letting us know. The wrong buttons. So, which buttons am I supposed to be pushing? Not square, apparently. Roxas reflected on how Xion was acting differently. Axel asked Roxas what's wrong. According to Axel, girls are complicated, and there are buttons to avoid pressing, like the square button. Roxas worried he pressed the wrong buttons, like the square button with Axel. Sorry, I was goofing too much. I couldn't read it. Couldn't read it. It's goofing. Roxas and Demix saw Phil putting Hercules through rigorous training. Phil stated that the higher his expectations, the tougher the training. Roxas wondered if the organization had been giving him tough missions because they had high expectations of him. Roxas, however, did not understand the meaning of expectations very well to begin with. Ladies, when someone pushes that square button, you just can't stand it, am I right? Am I right, ladies? I didn't, again, goofing, I didn't read that. And then 20 days passed. I'm sure it's very important. Love. Aw, love. Before returning to the castle, Roxas saw Beast, wounded from protecting what he cares for, with Belle there to care for him. Love had grown between the two. Zaldin declared the power of love to be worthless. Roxas asked what power was, but Zaldin said that explaining the concept to a nobody with no heart would be pointless, and departed. Left alone, Roxas contemplated what love might be. Baby, don't hurt me no more. At their usual spot, Roxas asked Axel what love is, but got no answers. Animate this scene, you cowards! Perhaps completing Kingdom Hearts and gaining a heart would offer some answers. Roxas watched the sunset with those thoughts on his mind. Come on! You're not going to give me that? Come on! I'm mad. Before leaving for a mission with Luxord, Roxas heard that Xion failed another mission and fell into a deep slumber. Roxas disregarded Sykes' order not to worry about a failure like Xion and went to her room. I can't believe it. Roxas asking Axel, what's love? And then Axel being like, well, love is nothing you need to concern yourself with. I live for that. Come on.
Hey, that was uncalled for.
I agree. It was uncalled for.
Keep out of this.
And I'm telling you that I have to know what's the deal with Xion. If there's something going on, just be straight with me for once, will ya?
Do you mean just like you are always honest with me?
Are you kidding? I've never been straight in my life.
Well, you got me there, I guess.
Shion has
See,
no
he
right
said
to
it.
be among our number.
What do you mean?
It's plain to see. I have nothing more to say.
She napping. Come on, Xion, wasting the day, huh? Now you see how important naps are. Axel informed Roxas of what he had heard from Sayek about Xion. He said Sayek would reconsider claiming Xion to be a failure, depending on how she performed from now on. But this was a lie by Axel to cheer up Roxas. In truth, she was sleeping. Yeah, 14 is more than 13. One person has to leave. Lock, Shock, and Barrel got in Roxas's way with their mischief. They claim that causing mischief and surprising people is fun, but those feelings were lost on Roxas. Roxas continued to carry out his missions while covering for Xion, and he fought several Garchomps and collected a medal. So, wait, this is...
Sora!
That's when Roxas was created. Okay, it's a memory. It's memory.
Whoa!
Memory.
Good morning, Shion.
Oh, morning.
You woke up so suddenly, you
So,
just startled me.
She's not Kairi's nobody,
Sorry.
because Naminé is Kairi's nobody.
Oh. Did you bring me these
No,
seashells?
that was a memory.
Do you hear it?
Yeah. The sound of the waves.
Like, it couldn't be, because literally that moment
How long
is when
was I
Roxas
asleep?
was, like, created
About 20 days.
in the
That
lore.
long?
Yeah.
So it wouldn't
You
make
were
sense
sleeping
for that
so
to happen
much
just
that
now.
Me and Axel were getting worried.
I'm sorry about that. Kind of weird that we can feel anything at all without having hearts to feel with.
You say Kairi was never heartless, so she has no nobody.
Hey, Roxas.
No,
Don't
it's
you
like a
have work
weird
today?
thing that happened where they're like, oh, she
I'm
also got
about
a
to head
nobody
out.
at the same time.
I'd like to tag along.
They were like,
don't
oh,
you
when
need some more
Sora got a
rest?
nobody, Kairi got one too,
I'll be
because
fine. Come on, take me with you.
All right. Sure.
I'm pretty sure that's true. Vox has all the answers. You read, it's stupid.
Shion!
Well, that last part, we all knew that. That goes without saying. Well, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong.
It's my lucky charm. Be sure to bring it back to me.
There's a first time for everything. Fight me! I want to fight!
Leave Shion to me!
Gameplay time! Just kidding.
Well, that didn't take long. Did
Wouldn't it be
break
funny
again?
if, like,
an it.
there was
Keep your mouth shut.
like, it did actually turn into, like, gameplay at one time, and I wasn't ready, and then I died, and then you have to start from the last save, which
You
is the
have
beginning of the game.
changed.
That'd be funny.
What happened at Castle Oblivion? Does the past mean nothing to you?
That's what I said in Nomura when
Are
he
you worried
rewrites
about her, Axel?
retcons
Of course I
the
am.
script.
It just doesn't seem like you.
What do you mean?
I mean, you don't like things to be complicated.
You know, Roxas, each day The three of us meet up there for ice cream. Now, why do you think that is?
Huh?
I mean, if you think about it, I don't need to go out of my way to meet you guys, right?
I don't know.
You want me to tell you why?
It's because I like
It's because
ice cream.
you guys are my best friends.
He said best friends.
Get it memorized, all right?
Get it
We
memorized.
are best friends.
Oh, man, how many times? They must have been like,
Yes,
oh
we
man,
are.
people love his catchphrase. Put it in there as many times as we can.
Thanks, Axel. You're sweet.
Are you feeling better?
I just got a little dizzy, that's all. Sorry to worry you guys.
Haven't you been
Don't
dizzy
stare
for
us
like
that anymore.
days?
Just take it easy today.
Daisy? Dizzy for
will.
days?
Thanks, both of you.
Or maybe this has just been one really long cutscene. Because I'm not playing, I forget when 20 days pass. I like drawing. It is my favorite art. Do you think she'll get into RISD with that portfolio? Everyone's gonna love my art. It's Cal art style. Whoa, Peter Pan land. During a mission, Roxas and Axel visited the world where Roxas had once flown. Roxas again met Tinkerbell and had her sprinkle pixie dust on him so that they might fly. He began to float, but Axel remained firmly planted on the ground. That's not what I'm seeing. Roxas told Axel to trust him, that he too could fly if he believed it. Trusting in Roxas's words, Axel began to float in the air. The pair flew off to complete their mission. Come on. Animate this. Roxas spent his days completing missions. Every time you see this, it's like, well, one, drink. Two, it's the game telling you it's filler. It's like, this part, you should be happy we skipped you through this part.
You seem to be struggling.
Did they get Christopher Lee back for this?
Is interfering, I think.
A nobody.
I keep trying to piece his memory back together.
Oh yeah, original
But what
game
if
had
some of the pieces
cutscenes,
got
for sure.
lost? There would be no way for me to finish. If that happened, and they found their way into someone
It's just that in
else,
between there was gameplay.
he'd never get them back.
Oh, I think he can do without a memory or two.
But what
If
what
you're
if
gonna
he
ask,
needs those memories
why
in
don't they
order
have
to wake
gameplay
up?
in this? I don't know.
What if they're the key?
Nomine.
Nomine.
You are a witch who has power over Sora's memories. And those connected to him.
Yeah, it does sound a little off. I don't think this
Are
is
you
Lee.
seeing something I cannot?
If
It seems
his
like someone
memories
doing a Lee
become her
impression for
memories,
sure.
She will never survive it.
She?
You need to make it sound like you're doing a little bit of the Kermit the Frog, but also you kind of need to clear your throat. You have a little Kermit the Frog in your throat,
Hey, Axel.
but also you are a trained thespian.
You've been to Castle Oblivion, right?
Yeah?
What is it like?
What's it like? Just an organization research facility.
For research, huh?
What's
Seems
that?
everyone gets sent there all the time, especially you.
I love research.
Although, they never send me or Roxas.
Well, they probably just don't need you there.
Bum.
I'm heading back.
Huh?
Oh, she finally gonna fall off? Yahoo!
Maybe you're not completely well
I'm
yet.
surprised it's not a daily occurrence, frankly.
It's nothing like that.
Got it!
Huh? Got what?
On our next day off, let's all go to the beach, huh?
We can go ice cream there.
Where did that idea come from?
We should go someplace different for a change.
Beach
You're talking about a
episode.
vacation with friends.
Exactly.
I can't wait to
Join
see
me,
Axel in his
if we
bikini.
can.
What are you talking about, Shion?
It'll be a blast. Trust me.
Yes, all right. Let's go.
Melvy Coral. Hello there. How are you? Quietude. That's a weird name for the beach episode. Xion, depressed, left without eating her ice cream. Oh no! Roxas asked Axel if she was alright, but received a dismissive response. Roxas wondered if Xion might feel better if the three of them went to the beach together, like they had promised the other day. Could we not just see that scene? Xion found the information that Sykes had entered regarding Castle Oblivion. It was in the search history. She didn't realize that information was public. Day 255. Oh man.
I sent Axel to Castle Oblivion last night to help expedite the matter we spoke of. I also instructed him to clear out our facilities there. He should return soon.
And what of Naminé?
You made me
Still
leave the
missing,
chamber of
sir.
wanking for this.
Ha! Where, oh where could she be?
Why, Zigbar. It almost sounds as though you know.
That's just kind of how Zigbar talks. He always talks like he knows everything.
Continue.
Somebody accessed our main computer without authorization.
And you expect us to believe you really don't know who it was? As if. Little Poppet is turning into a problem.
Nonsense. I see no problem whatsoever.
Ha ha! Well, no, apparently you don't.
Something you find amusing?
The things you hear from a guy with no heart.
No matter what unfolds, our plans remain unchanged. Axel, Roxas, and Xion will play the respective roles that Kingdom Hearts has given them.
But sir, Xion...
They're talking about
Leave it
Kingdom
be.
Hearts, like
How can you
the
not see
series
how
almost.
perfect
They're like,
this is? In truth,
they're
this is
supposed to be
more
the
than
main characters of the game. Let them be the main characters,
Xion
okay?
is marching right into the arms of destiny, but to destiny's own time. We need not take any more steps. All we must do is watch with caution and patience.
I like to watch, especially inside the chamber of wanking. I've got a big TV screen set up there.
My head hurts.
You spend your Friday
This
evenings
is the
working on your
last
day
you'll
in a
ever see of these walls. Xion.
Me too. You know, me too. You're looking at it.
Axel, what are you doing here?
I'm just here on orders, that's all. There's nothing for you to see here.
Lies. This is the place I come from. I just know it.
What about your mission? Don't be selfish.
Or else they'll turn me into a dusk.
They'll do worse than turn you into a
I
dusk.
think the Dusks are those like slender,
Just
sexy
destroy
guys
you.
who are moving around. like this all the
And
time.
is that because I'm useless?
That's not it. Shio, go home.
I'm remembering things. I have memories of back when I was a human.
Well, stop remembering. Nothing good will come of it.
I have dreams every night. And you're in those dreams, Axel.
Then they sure aren't memories. How could I be a part of your past? They're just dreams, that's all.
You can't fool me. We've met before, Axel. Right here in this castle.
No, we have not. Let's go home, Shion. Don't keep Roxas waiting.
Wow.
Please, Axel.
Way to gaslight.
You've got to help me.
So toxic.
I need to know who I am.
Stop! Stay out of there, Shion!
No, that's a really bad game. You don't want to go in there. You're gonna have to fight Roxas like 10 times. Not Roxas. You have to fight Riku like 10 times. You don't fight Roxas at all until Kingdom Hearts 2.
You're early.
No, you're just late.
Oh, we saw this cutscene before. Do you remember?
Today makes 255.
What's that about?
It's been that many days since I first joined the organization. Man, time flies.
So, you got the number memorized, do you?
Why would you point out
Yeah.
the number 255 as
Have to hang
significant?
on to
though?
something, right?
It isn't even a
It's
power
not
of
like I
2.
have memories
Okay.
from before the organization.
Wait till tomorrow. 256 you could talk
Don't
about.
you remember? I acted like a zombie.
Right. That first week, you could barely form a sentence. But come on, you're still kind of a zombie.
Oh, thanks.
And now the game starts over. But wait,
Hey, Roxas.
it's like
Bet you don't
358,
know why the sun
right?
sets red. You see,
Science fact.
light is made
Science
up of
fact.
lots of
Science
colors.
fact. I love to learn
And out of
science
all
facts
those
twice.
colors,
Science
red
fact
is the
again.
one that
Science fact
travels
again.
the
Science fact
farthest.
again.
Like I asked, know-it-all.
It's even funnier the second time.
Seriously, where is she?
What? Then I wasn't who I am?
Oh, she's considering the orb. All right, news. Yeah, 256 is news. Now we got power 2. In the round room, Xemnas informed the assembled organization members of Xion's disappearance. He continued by prohibiting anyone from pursuing her. Unhappy with Xemnas' decision, Roxas argued that they should search for Xion, but was told that all will become clear when the time came. Xemnas concluded the meeting with those words. Yeah, I'm imagining that during all this time, Xion is just in that room pondering it. The days passed without Xion, busy pondering the orb. Axel no longer came to the usual spot, and Roxas sat alone, eating his ice cream. That's how you know he has a problem. He used to just be a social ice cream eater, and then he just spent 25 days eating ice cream alone. Who dat? Nominee?
Xion.
Hey, if they've never been to the beach, how did Xion get all those seashells?
Shion!
He's checked himself into a clinic where they use methadone to wean him off ice cream. You know, the Method 1 clinic. I thought you were a sexy girl.
You must have known that this was going to happen.
Why would I know?
Baby Riku?
Because in your memory, you've been to a number of worlds before you came to this one. And of course, in those worlds, the only beings you met with the Dark Arc. That's all that's left in your heart. The darkest dimensions. Your memories of hunger gone. Everyone.
That's a lie. I remember everyone from the islands. They're my closest friends.
And who threw away those friends? Maybe it's your own actions you've forgotten. It was you who destroyed your home.
I hope we just have a shot of Riku just like torching all the houses on the island. Literally destroying his home.
What am I here for?
That's gross. Don't do that. Well, I guess it's Riku. He can do it because he's hot.
So we meet again.
You made me a promise.
I remember. It was to look after Sora. I'm sorry. I'm not sure I've kept that promise very well.
Can you tell me what's happening?
Some of Sora's memories are missing.
How could that be?
Sora's memories are escaping through Sora's nobody into a third person. And now, they're starting to become a part of her.
That doesn't make any sense.
Isn't there a way to bring back just Sora's memories?
If they're still separate, then I think I can take out fragments of it. But if her memories and Sora's memory fragments are completely weaved together, I would need to untangle them from each other, and that would take more time. Which means it would take even longer before Sora can wake up again. And Diz wouldn't tolerate that.
So what can you do?
We only have a limited amount of time with Christopher Lee in the booth. And we've already had to go and recast
then Sora might wake
sound
up,
alike.
only to find out that nobody remembers him anymore. That's a risk I just can't take. It's too late either way. Sora's awakening has already been delayed.
You know, you're right. She
Sora's
does sound like
nobody.
she recorded her lines with a
And
stuffy
the one
nose.
that's absorbing his memory.
Bubbly,
None
like,
of us
yeah.
imagined that they would fight so hard to become their own people.
Listen,
Unfortunately, the only real solution.
they book those booths.
for
You
them
gotta make
both
it for
to
the
go
day.
away.
Doesn't matter. Rain or shine.
Did you know? Her face was blank at first. But now, there's a face that is clearly visible.
Yeah,
I
because she
think
took the
that's
hood
proof
off.
that she has entered Sora's memories. Sora's memories. Sora's nobody's memories. And her memories. They're all a jumbled mess now. And to put them back into one, I'm afraid there's no other way.
So, like, the answer is that Xion's just, like, a doll. That, like, just has some memories. She just caught a couple stray memories and and then starts to look a little bit like Kairi. That's what we're saying, right? Did I get that?
Is it that I'm not supposed to exist?
Well, what do you want to do, Shion?
I want to be with you two.
Like Bono?
Then come back with us.
Why would you want to do that?
I can't. Not the way I am now. But what would it take for me to be like you?
I want to walk like you. Talk like you. Oh, sorry. We don't have that world in Kingdom Hearts.
Hey, it's been a while.
You think so?
So, I went to the beach today. And there was this girl who looked kind of like Shion. But I couldn't get close enough to tell for sure. I probably imagined it. To be honest, I'm not even sure today's mission really happened. Feels like I just woke up from a dream or something.
Yeah, but the key is that Xion...
Do you remember our promise?
Copied all these
When
memories
we said that the three of us
onto
would
her
go to
from
the
a
beach
doll,
on our
from like a
next break.
literal like a doll state. Like where she's not like a nobody.
Maybe that's why.
She's just kind of like a...
Maybe I saw Shion there because I wanted her to be there.
She's a real doll.
Want to go look for her?
Huh?
Beginning tomorrow, let's use our spare time to find Shion.
Oh, I wanted to go to the beach and eat ice cream.
Sounds good.
It's gonna cut into my ice
Let's
cream
do
eating
that.
time. No thanks. Oh no, not Alice in Wonderland World. While visiting a world on a mission, Roxas met the always cryptic Cheshire Cat. Before disappearing, the Cheshire Cat responded to Roxas's questions by saying that he must follow his heart and decide what to believe in. And we all agreed it wasn't very helpful. Would having a heart resolve everything, including Xion's predicament? Roxas was left pondering over what he could believe in when he doesn't possess a heart. Roxas and Axel continued their search for Xion by the statues of the guys holding their dicks. Never see it coming.
It's no use.
You sure you're not forgetting someplace?
I've been everywhere I know how to get to.
All right.
I've been to all the locations.
The only place I haven't been to is Castle Oblivion.
There's here on top of the clock tower.
It was just the other day
There's
that
my
Shion
bedroom.
was asking you what the place was like.
A couple of Disney
and the day
Worlds.
before she disappeared, you said
that's-
she was
that's
put on
everywhere.
an important mission. Remember?
Yeah. But there's nothing there anymore.
Well, Shion might be there.
Apparently, Shion comes from Castle Oblivion.
What?
It's weird that we haven't seen Larxene
That's
at all in this
probably
game.
why she was
You know,
asking about the place.
the nymph herself.
I had no idea.
Me neither. I only found out a little while ago.
Like, it would make sense to see her in this game
Castle Oblivion.
at some point.
Shion. So, this is Castle Oblivion. Roxas?
You actually really don't see very many of the Organization 13 members at
My
all.
head.
Easy, man. Let's retreat for now, and...
I'm fine. We have to find Shion. What's happening?
You're having a migraine.
Roxas!
You say, so is this concurrent to Chain of Memories then? Didn't Larxene die first? Larxene didn't die, I don't think.
My head.
She, like, left.
Let's get out of here for now.
No, wait.
But it was only,
Something...
Mr. Just According to Kaikaku Man who died.
Giving up already? I thought you were stronger than that.
Riku!
Are you all right?
Who's Riku? Are you seeing somebody else?
Happened to me?
You collapsed just as you entered the castle doors. Don't you remember?
I only remember going inside.
Just take it easy for now.
I'm fine. Let's go back to Castle Oblivion.
Don't push yourself, man.
Come on,
Who's that?
man. Oh, there she is.
Shion?
You can tell it's her because she's the only one whose face is visible underneath the hood. Everyone else just has
Shion!
Vivi face.
Wait! Out of the way!
I'll determine who this character is at a later time.
Wait! I thought the imposter was sighted in Castle Oblivion.
Shion.
No way that was Shion.
The one who ran away first was Shion. But why run?
Who is it?
You want to go back?
Oh, there's that asthma again. One day later. This is finally where we get to address Axel's fractured
Where have
coccyx.
you been? Axel and I have been looking all over for you.
You have? Sorry.
Let's go home. If you come back voluntarily, Sykes will let all this drop. He has to. I don't care what he said to you. I'll be there. Me and Axel will make sure...
We'll make sure you have a really, really
I really can't.
easy execution.
Come on.
It'll be like as painless as we're allowed to let make it.
Wait!
Now they're pregnant. That's the last time you make me pregnant.
Well, hello there, Shion.
Axel? No, wait!
That's right.
Stop!
Karate chop.
Shion.
So is that just like where her off switch is located? She just has like a little button on the back that's like burnt ragdoll mode. If so, a very useful design flaw.
You're sure things are better this way?
I never expected you to question it. If you could save one of them, why would you choose the puppet? Or put it this way, which would you rather suffer the loss of? Some make-believe friendship? Or a real one? Things are finally right again. Of course we're better off this way. Xemnas is exasperated from all the fixing we've had to do. We have to set things right. There's simply too much on the line, Lee.
Lee? Lee? Hello, Middle Zarko. We are playing 358 over 2 days. But
I need to know.
Playing might be a stretch.
About what?
Shion. Tell me what happened to her.
Shion is a valued
I
member
can't hear you.
of the
Could you come closer?
But she needs her rest. So worry not. Sora.
That's not his name.
Sora. Who is Sora?
The connection.
Connection?
Metal
He
Gear?
is what makes you and Shion a part of each other's lives. And the reason I placed Shion among our number.
I like how he does the full
want
like,
her to stay
Gion.
that way, I must
He makes it sound more
insist.
French.
You get your mind off these needless distractions. I will have Shion return to her duties tomorrow. Today, you must focus on yours.
Understood.
Hey, Roxas.
Damn, that's cold, bro. Come on.
Are you certain we've taken suitable measures?
Oh, that's how
With
they get up
Shion
on those
and
chairs.
Roxas?
They just teleport
I
in.
will admit, Shion has strayed
I
from
thought they
our
climbed
original
up.
designs. However, we are also seeing an interesting side effect.
Really?
The key.
Anal warts.
Shion was affected by Roxas, just as we had anticipated. This was indeed what we had hoped to achieve.
Just
But
according
then,
to
through
Kaikaku.
Roxas, Sora himself began to shape it into her, giving Shion a sense of identity. Our plan seemed like a failure at this point. But then it occurred to me. Shion is keeping Sora's memories trapped by claiming them as her own. Keeping her close to Roxas will ultimately prevent Sora from ever waking.
Oh no.
I see. And what of the imposter?
See that he stays away from Roxas. He is merely an impurity that would make Shion's existence incomplete.
Then we shall return to our original plan.
Kingdom Hearts. Riku's the imposter.
What am I supposed to do? Riku?
Those two scenes were like really awkwardly short. Not that I'm complaining, it's just... I never would. I would never complain. Hey guys, let's have some ice cream. It'll be really fun. This is yay. Just don't go.
Oh, no.
Just don't show up. It's gonna be that
What
awkward.
has happened?
Sora's memory. I'm afraid it stopped.
What does that mean?
Unless something is done, he'll never wake from his slumber.
The gloves must come off, then.
But
Sora doesn't wear gloves.
Nobody's never should have existed. As I'm sure you understand, Namine.
Yes.
No, I meant like specifically those two scenes where it was just like one, like, just like panning up and it's like Riku just looks off into the distance and that's the whole cutscene. That's all that happened for those 20 days. No, wait, that's Riku. Meh, 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 meh. Meh, 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 meh. Meh, 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 meh. Gorsh! It's Goofy! We saw him. For one beautiful, shining moment. That's why he cried. He was just happy to see Goofy.
What is this?
Allow me to tell you, Roxas, of a wet dream. I think that's what it means. I think that's what the definition is of a wet dream. After Xion returned to the organization, Roxas grew weaker by the day. It was as though Xion continued to gain strength as Roxas lost it. Almost, who knows, who could say? Using the Keyblade was beginning to wear out Roxas. Xion's just gonna suck up all the power around her, become the most powerful being in the world.
Are you really okay?
This is getting weird.
Huh?
I hope that there's a
Since
scene
when
of
do
like
you ever worry about
Xion
me?
like feasting on
What do you mean,
Roxas's
weird?
corpse.
Usually I do all the worrying over you. I don't think it's ever been the other way around before.
I guess
Just
I'm
feels
still in
strange,
Bloodborne
that's
mode.
all.
Roxas, of course I worry about you.
I'm just glad you're back, Xion. Even though it might have been rough on you.
Is Axel coming today?
But Roxas is the kind of guy
Who
where it's like
knows?
Xion would be like
You didn't fight, did
like
you?
eating his like lower intestine,
How
and then
could he?
Roxas would be like, "Is it okay?
jerk
It's not too
attacked
bad,
you like
right?
that."
It tastes all right."
That jerk. Do you mean Axel? But I wouldn't be sitting here with you if Axel hadn't done that. He's your best friend.
I know, but so are you.
I can't do that.
It's just
Johnny's
not
my
the same
best
without
friend.
all three of us.
Ooh, I hope we get to see the super long cutscene, like in Kingdom
Axel!
Hearts 2, of him walking down the stairs.
Huh? You need something?
Well,
Damn.
something's wrong with Roxas. You don't know why, do you? He says the Keyblade wears him out when he goes to use it.
He gets like
And then today,
tired or
I was
whatever. It
fighting
needs
the
to
same way Roxas
rest.
does.
You would know more about Roxas than I do by now.
What do you mean?
Well, what do you think, Xion?
I'm not sure.
Not sure, huh? Is that because you're a puppet? You do know that. You're a replica, whose original purpose was to copy Roxas's powers. So if you see Roxas's powers getting weaker, while your powers are getting stronger, it could be that you're robbing Roxas of his powers more than you ought to be.
That's not what a copy is, though. A copy means that the
What
original's
can
still
I-
there.
Then what should I do?
You're more like a
You gotta think for yourself.
slurper.
'Cause
You're
I know
drinking
you're
his
not just a
milkshake.
puppet. We're best
You
friends.
drink it up.
You, me, and Roxas, that is. Got it memorized?
Sure. Can I ask you just one other thing?
What's that?
I saw a boy today
A copy
who
of a
looks
copy?
just like
Like
Roxas.
Waluigi. She's
Is
Waluigi.
he who I think he is?
The program.
Sora has a pretty powerful effect on her, is all I'm saying.
Sora's a pretty
Yes.
cool guy.
It was not supposed to gain a mind of its own, nor become the person we see. But in the end, it only proves
In the
that
end,
the puppet
it doesn't
is the
really
more
matter.
worthy vessel. The time has
Oh
come.
shit.
Syx, are the devices ready?
In a matter of days.
Good.
And what of Roxas?
Both of them have connections to Sora, but we only need one of them under our thumb. Whether Xion takes from Roxas the rest of what he has to give, or whether he destroys her first and takes back what is his, there is no change to our plan.
Then why even do this in the first place? Just
No
use
matter
Roxas.
how, Sora's power will belong to us.
Why do any of that? Why? Roxas, still in a slump, continued to receive missions from the organization. There he went to like a skull place? He spent his days executing missions. Maybe he had to collect some silver medals at some point? That was probably a thing in the game.
The way things are, I'm going to wreck everything.
I'm gonna
What
slurp
should I
it all
do,
up.
Riku.
That's not Riku, that's Kingdom Hearts. Duh.
Are you
Riku. Sora's friend.
Sora?
I know
You
that guy.
Sora?
Yeah.
Thank you. You saved me, but I don't know why. You did.
I guess.
You did.
I just felt like it.
Riku, please. Tell me more. About Sora and that girl he's always with.
You mean
You mean
Namine?
Kairi.
Kairi.
No, Namine.
That's right. She's the one who looks so much like me.
To Sora, she's someone very special.
It's just, I remember things about the two of them. But I'm nothing more than a puppet. Something that somebody created.
We're all something somebody
So why
created.
would I have
Man.
their memories? Do you know where Sora is now?
That secret stays with me.
You see, memories are like a chain.
Why's that?
Xion. Your memories, they really belong to Sora.
So you mean I'm like a part of him?
When his memories were scattered, some of them found their way inside you.
And you ate them up. They were
Sora
delicious.
has been put to sleep so that we can piece together his memory. Except
You can't because part of it is inside of me. That means he can't wake up.
yeah. You got it.
It's like we're torrenting
But
Sora.exe,
if you go with me to Sora
and you've got a
right
couple
now,
of the part files
we could
inside
give
of
the
you,
memories inside you back to him.
and he can't connect.
So, do you hate me for taking your friend away from you?
Nah. I guess
I hate you a little.
I'm just sad.
Oh, sad boy.
I'm sorry. But I can't go with you. It's my friends. They need me. And I need them too.
I don't give a shit.
Maybe You should take some time and think about it. Figure out who really needs you more. And where you belong.
How will I know where I belong? Truly. I'm not sure I can promise you I'll come up with the right answer.
Well, the answer you come up with can't just be right for you. It has to be one that works best for everybody.
Nah, you don't have to do that. It's okay.
And everyone else.
Just do whatever you feel like. It's cool.
I'll try. Thank you, Riku. I have to make the most of the time Riku's given me.
So I'm going to collect more seashells and eat some ice cream. It's what Riku would have wanted. They're just panning over to her big pile of seashells. Roxas battled a Heartless during a mission. His strength spent against a formidable foe. Roxas swung his keyblade with all his might in hopes of ending things quickly. But his strike was interrupted with the sound of a clashing metal. There was Axel, blocking both Roxas's and Gion's keyblades. They had been fighting the entire time, each thinking the other was a Heartless. Axel informed them of the truth surrounding this mission, rigged to get them to fight one another. It was like that one mission in Elder Scrolls Oblivion from the Thieves Guild.
Brain freeze.
Finally, someone gets brain freeze.
It's been a while since we all hung out like this, hasn't it?
Well, we've had our share of drama lately. I just remembered. Did you know you should be checking your ice cream sticks?
Really?
Once you finish your ice cream, see if the stick says winner.
Oh. That was from like 200 days ago.
Not that I've ever seen one myself.
You know, sometimes these ice cream sticks have really funny jokes on them.
Huh. What is it?
It's nothing. So then, what happens when you win?
I'll tell ya. That's a good question.
What? You don't know?
Well, it's gotta be something nifty if you're a winner, right?
Man, Axel is sometimes...
Wow. The sun's beautiful.
Sometimes you gotta love him. You gotta love Axel. Just so dumb.
I know we've seen a lot of sunsets, but today's puts them all to shame.
Like, he's a real
If
dork.
only
He's like,
things could stay like this forever.
we might win. Something cool, probably.
Say, what if we all just took off?
What?
Our clothes?
If we ran, I bet we
Our
could
clothes?
always be together.
Oh, like
But
running.
we have nowhere to run.
We only know of 5 locations.
Yeah. I guess you're right.
What's important isn't that we hang out with each other every day.
As long as we keep each other in our thoughts, we'll never be apart, right? We've got it memorized, Axel.
Good.
Hey, I'm the one who says that, okay?
I'll have these moments memorized for a long time. Forever.
Are you gonna steal Axel's soul as well?
Forever.
Axel?
Sora.
It appears we've come to a standstill.
Yes.
This has gone on long enough. Riku.
Find
I
us
think you
those
know what
cedars.
needs to be done.
We need to complete the pot files.
Right.
One day later.
Looks like you've meddled again.
Sorry, did you say something?
The organization doesn't need both of them. Just one will suffice. Stop pretending. Think about that.
Roxas entered the lobby to see Axel, Xion, and Zigbar conversing with Sykes. The unusual trio were about to head out on a mission. Roxas asked Sykes if he could take Zigbar's spot, but Sykes chided Roxas, asking if he was powerless without Axel. Roxas saw Xion and Axel and did something with that.
What a blast from the past!
Xion, stop!
Of all the faces, why do I look at her and see yours? Why is it that you always have to glare at me like that?
Shut up!
Huh?
Huh?
Huh? Zigbar saying, why did I take those psychedelic medications?
I'm sorry, Axel.
What are you doing?
Please, let me go. I have to do this or else... Just look.
Oh, so is she looking more
Please,
like
Axel.
like Roxas
You
now?
have to take care of Roxas.
But... you'd be...
Please. Thank you.
A hideous growth.
Axel.
She just has a pimple. And then Axel's like, I understand.
Explain yourself, Axel.
The old man needs to get his eye checked. She just got away.
I'll give him that.
His
Can't toss the blame
eye checked.
And now we're left with the one we can't use.
Oh, so they can't use him for something? Then why was Zemnis saying they're fine with just Roxas? Can they use him or not?
She flew the coop. Flamesy Locks here couldn't trouble himself to clip her wings.
Flamesy Locks?
What does he mean, Axel?
Your friend sat there sucking his thumb while Xion walked right off. I'm going back to my room.
Just sitting there jerking off, huh? Is that what we're doing?
What happened out there?
Nothing. Really.
Save
Nothing?
it for the Chamber of Wanking.
Xion's gone. How can that be nothing?
It's just like Zigbar said. I just sat there sucking my thumb, watching Xion run away.
I'm asking you why you did that, and you know it.
Xion is like a mirror that reflects you.
You're not making any sense.
Xion is a puppet created to duplicate your powers.
Are you nuts? Xion's a person, not a puppet.
She's a mirror that reflects you. And when I looked in the mirror, it wasn't you I saw.
Xion is Xion. You can't expect her to be me.
That's not what I mean. It was only a matter of time before someone broke the mirror.
You mean they have to destroy her? Answer me!
Roxas?
Yeah, I'm not really
If
sure
somebody
what's going
doesn't,
on either, you know. It's
then you won't be you anymore.
I'll always be me. I'm still your best friend. Just like Xion is my best friend.
That's not it. You're missing the whole point, Roxas.
Forget this!
Roxas!
Don't you see? She's sucking you. She won't stop sucking.
understand.
And she'll never stop sucking. Wait, what did you say?
Riku.
Nothing?
Did you find the answer?
Yes, I certainly did. I'm on the verge of losing everything I care about. So please, please, Riku, tell me what I should do now.
Go to Twilight Town. You'll find a girl there named Namine.
Namine? What's she like?
You'll find out. I don't think you'll have trouble finding her.
All right.
You just have to climb like
Thanks, Riku.
10 floors
Goodbye.
doing card battles. That's usually where she hangs out. One day later. We're almost at 356 days. Unless the over 2 means something. Unless you really do have to repeat and see the whole thing from Xemnas' perspective.
Shion has disappeared yet again.
Do we know where she is headed?
What?
It, not she, is a replica.
Huh?
Merely a puppet.
Who's this guy?
A puppet? What does that mean exactly?
Ed Hardy.
Do you want to scream?
Talking about the replica program.
Where is he? Anyway, where is Marluxia?
The what-ca?
Perhaps you care to enlighten us about this pet project of yours.
The purpose was to take a piece
what is
of
that
the
voice for
Keyblade
that guy?
wielder's memory and copy it, thus making his powers our own.
I mean, he looks like he's like a heavy metal roadie, but does not sound like that at all.
However, our efforts were severely derailed by Vexen's untimely demise.
Should sound like Jack Black in Brutal
Needless
Legend.
to say, losing Vexen was not part of our plans. We were also caught off guard when this particular replica we called Shion formed an identity
Sounded like Uncle
of
Ira.
its own.
No one at Castle Oblivion ever reported any instance where a replica formed its own identity. Do you concur, Axel?
I'm a fancy man, so I say
Whatever
things like
the
concur
puppet may decide to
instead
do,
of understand.
we can be certain it will no longer have an impact on our plans.
Agreed.
Still, it knows
You know what I
our
mean.
secrets. We need to shorten the leash, perhaps even tighten it.
What exactly do you...
Axel, the onus is on you to capture and bring back Shion. The escape was on your watch. I will overlook any nicks or scratches. Just ensure she still functions on arrival.
Why would you allow a deserter back? We should simply eradicate her.
It is not a deserter. It is just a flawed specimen that has wandered out.
Are we
The
clear,
anus is on
Axel?
you. My anus is on you. What do you think about that, Axel?
Dismissed.
He's back to his chamber.
Bring her back alive. Is she a madness?
All this time, I've been talking to a puppet.
You didn't know? I thought everyone
So
knew.
now, we just sweep it up, huh? As if.
As if.
If only the whispers at the top carried to the bottom.
Hoo, 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 hoo.
Axel, those orders were absolute. Still here, Roxas? Proceed your
Roxas,
mission.
your scheduled teleportation time is up.
Shion is... She's not a puppet.
A puppet couldn't be part of the organization. Just count the seats here.
How many seats do you see?
We have and always
13.
will be. 13.
I will say, one of them is empty. You said that, what's his name, died. So you do have a spot open. Do you think you're going to get him back?
Maybe it's best
What's his name?
if Shion never comes back to the organization.
The creepy guy?
Do you really
The one creepy guy? I mean, there's several.
have to do what Xemnas says?
If I don't, they'll eradicate me next.
In that case, can you at least try not to harm her?
That's up to her. Roxas, Shion is dangerous.
Vexen, that's
Dangerous?
Have you got all your strength back?
Leave it to Voxel. Veritable Kingdom Hearts scholar. To remember all the names.
How long have you known about her? Could it be that you've known about her for a long time and not told me anything?
Could it be? Simply, could it be? What the fuck is Mickey doing here? This is the first time we've seen this Nicholas Mouse in this entire game. 300 days in, a year goes by without seeing you, Mickey, and now you just show up? Oh! That's a pretty bad pimple you got there. Oh ho ho.
Riku!
Your Majesty.
Gosh, have I been worried about you? Where have you been all this time?
I've been searching for a way to conquer the darkness within me, while we wait for Sora to awaken.
The way you looked.
This Mickey Mouse voice sounded weird.
Me. I'm getting the hang of keeping the darkness under control.
And Sora, did something go wrong with fixing all his memories?
I think this is off-brand Mickey
There's a reason
voice.
the organization has been quiet since our
I don't know this for
Castle
sure, but...
Oblivion. And now I know it's not because a depletion in members had made them weak. Taking Sora's memory apart, piece by piece, was only the first step in what they were trying to do at Castle Oblivion. And I think they needed more time to fix his memory.
You know, you and me were both looking into what the organization was up to. But what I saw didn't look like much.
Wow, you did a bad job.
Like they're trying to buy some time.
Right. Sora's memories are what they're after.
For some reason.
And they needed all this time.
I don't know why they need them, but
until
they need
now,
them.
To absorb every piece of it.
Huh?
The process of putting his memory back together has gone nowhere. They have what's most precious to Sora, his memories of Kairi.
Well, then you have to let me help. Maybe I could get the memories back.
I've got that covered, Your Majesty. I mean, Mickey. Instead, I want to ask you for a favor.
Hello, Soulbird.
What would that be?
I'll be doing
face
an ASMR stream on Sunday.
Members soon. I might not
Stardew
survive
Valley.
the fight. And if I do...
I also did one yesterday.
It might be because I gave in to the darkness. That means... you're the only one who will be there for Sora, Donald, and Goofy. The only one who can guide them when they awaken.
Riku.
Promise me, Mickey.
Riku. Sumimasen.
When our friends wake up, you have to be there to help them out.
Mata Mata
I
Dane.
promise, Riku.
Just one more day. One more day, everybody.
Shion.
Wait, 356? 358?
Replica program.
I can't remember the exact number now.
Shion was a puppet, made to replicate my powers. The Keyblade's powers. When Shion left the organization, Axel didn't stop her. Like he wanted her to go.
Yeah, almost like.
Axel's probably known about Shion for some time now. But has kept it from me.
Oh, I'm glad you like the substitute teacher one. That one just came out.
Shion and I are both special.
We're gonna have a new challenge starting on probably Sunday for another
was a
fun video to go up.
A puppet.
And that won't be an April
about
Fool's
me?
joke. The internet's
My
already
puppet
insufferable. April Fool's stuff.
Xemnas said Sora was what connects her and me. But who is Sora?
Yeah, who's this
And
Sora guy?
Who am I
You're Roxas.
supposed to be?
Roxas. That's an easy one.
Axel. If he's hiding things from me about Shion, what could he be hiding about me?
This bed looks uncomfortable. You don't have any sheets.
Axel.
Do you just like
Hey,
sleep there with your robe
Roxas.
on? Zippers are gonna dig
Did
into
you
you while
find
you're asleep.
Shion yet?
You know it isn't gonna be that easy.
I suppose not. Have you known about Shion this whole time?
No, not the whole time.
Since when, then?
They aren't allowed PJs? Man, this
I can't
truly is
exactly
a
remember
rough
when.
organization to be in.
Didn't get it memorized, huh?
Ha 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 ha. He didn't get him. He didn't, because he usually has it memorized, but this time, this time he does. He doesn't.
Really?
You know. Yeah. Yeah. You know.
I'm special
Yeah.
like Shion, I know that. But the organization wanted me out of the picture. Am I right?
Yeah, they did.
I guess it's because Shion
How would I mess
copied
up my
my
own
powers
name?
and the Keyblade's powers.
It would be
And they didn't
Daniil.
need me anymore. And Axel...
Because I'm usually go by
I guess
Dan,
you
but
felt the
to mess it
same
up, I
way.
do my full name.
You're wrong there.
Daniel. It'd be
You'll
Daniil.
always be my best friend.
Best friends are supposed to be honest with each other.
Look at these
Who
two
am
good
I,
friends.
Axel?
These two good friends fighting.
Xemnas says me and Shion are connected to each other through Sora. I don't even know a Sora. Am I a puppet like Shion?
I don't know who the fuck this Sora guy is.
Then why do...
Finding out the truth doesn't always work out for the best.
What makes you so sure about that? I have the right to know the truth. How did I even get here? Why am I so special? Where did I learn how to use the Keyblade? I hardly know who I am. What is so wrong with wanting some answers?
Roxas.
I need to know, Axel.
Tell me, baby girl.
Please.
Because I need to know.
Who am I?
You've just got to trust me, Roxas.
I don't. I can't.
Roxas.
Oh no. Don't leave me, Roxas.
Somebody knows where I came from. If I can't get answers here, I'll get them somewhere else.
If this music doesn't fit for the scene.
That'll be the person I trust.
Like, this is when you write a special, like, song for, like, this dramatic scene. And not just, like, the same music that's been playing over every scene.
I tried.
I tried to be a winner.
But I have to find out about myself. There's no reason for me to be here anymore.
I really want to know what the winner stick gets you. Are they ever going to let us know? Like, I want to see his fun prize. I'm imagining it's a hat shaped like the ice cream. That's a good one. I'll say that in the voice. I thought I was a winner,
Choose me?
but it seems like I'm really just
I
a
have to know.
wiener.
You can't turn on the organization. You get on their bad side and they'll destroy you.
No one would miss me.
Oh, this is the scene from Kingdom Hearts 2.
That's not true. I would.
Aw. They wrote this whole game to explain what that cutscene was about. Place to belong. Is it 356? 258? Oh man, I wish I could remember.
Nice to meet you, Shion.
358, okay. We've got a couple more days left.
Nominate, are you able to see my face?
Yes.
Yes.
Then what do you think I should do?
What do you want to do?
I want to pursue a career in art, just
First,
like you.
I just wanted to be with Roxas and Axel forever. But then I started to realize that my memories...
It takes a lot to be
well,
as good as me.
These aren't really even mine, are they?
You're not Sora, and you're not Roxas. You're Kairi as Sora remembers her.
As I remember more of my past, the more I feel the need to go back where I came from. What should I do to go back?
Who told this girl she could art?
Sora?
Hey, listen. When
If you
Naminé
return
got
your
out
memories
of
to
art
him,
school, she was handed a
then you
Cartoon
will
Network show.
disappear.
That's how good she is.
In exchange for not having your own memory, you're connected through others' memories. So when you disappear, no one will remember you. There won't be any you to remember. For all the powers I possess, I can't keep even one piece of the memory called you connected.
I know, I'm ready. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. I also know that Roxas should be going back with me. But I don't think he would understand. Not yet.
I know. Roxas can't feel Sora just yet.
Sora's
Naminé,
dead.
Will you please watch over Roxas once I'm gone? You won't be alone. I asked someone else, too. There just isn't anything else I can do.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, if you're ready,
Time to die.
let's go see Sora.
Naminé, it's them. The organization has found us.
Since
They're
this
almost
isn't
here.
Christopher Lee, I'm gonna call him Christopher B.
This blasted puppet led them right to our doorstep. See what you get for trusting it.
Wow. Being a little bit shitty,
I can
Christopher
handle
B.
this. Wait! Shion!
Why do I always get stuck with the icky jobs?
You might as well call me Mike Rowe, because I've got a dirty job.
Axel,
Shion, what are you gonna do?
I've decided that I have to go back to where I belong.
Well, to be honest, I always felt that was best right from the very beginning. But you know, it still really bugs me. Something about this just stinks.
It's for the good of everyone.
It's because you've been constantly pooping, Axel.
Everybody thinks they're right.
Oh, that's right.
This
Yeah, I
is
forgot
right.
about that.
They're gonna destroy you!
Please don't hold back, Axel. Promise.
Alright, in this fight,
What's your problem?
I imagine Axel loses.
You both.
Because Axel
Think you can do
kind
whatever
of always
you want.
loses. It adds to his dorky energy.
Go on, you just keep running. But I'll always be there to bring you back!
Oh, they're not going to show us the fight, are they? Sure would have been neat to see.
You gotta cause me so much trouble.
It's climactic battle. How did it go? I don't know. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Time to clean this up. Tears. I wonder what they tear on this day.
Where did I think I could go? What a joke.
Punt him off.
Shion!
Hello, Roxas. I am Shion.
Thank you.
Just the sound of them biting it that they did makes me feel like I have an ice cream headache.
Roxas, I'm out of time.
What do you mean? We have one more day. What?
Even if I'm not ready,
Oh,
I have to
they
make
don't. They
this
don't want to show
choice.
us the big pimple.
You have poured so many memories into me, given me so much, that I feel like I'm about to overflow. Look at me, Roxas. Who do you see? If you see somebody else's face, a boy's face, then that means I'm almost ready. This puppet will have to play her part.
I see.
Roxas, this is him.
Gender fluid.
It's Sora.
Wait, you can't just walk out there. That's not how. That's not how things work.
You're next, Roxas. I have to make you a part of me too. Don't you see? This is why I was created.
I mean, honestly, we stand. Oh no. So it wasn't a milkshake that Xion was drinking. It was the gender fluid. And now Xion will take all the gender fluid from Roxas, and then she will have it all. And you got Excalibur. The ultimate gender. Oh! Also is a mech for some reason, I don't know. So do you think that they specially animated because they were like, oh, we can't just skip past the final
I feel like
battle?
I'm forgetting something really important.
You'll be better off now, Roxas.
Am I the one who did this to you?
No. It was my choice to go away now. Better that than to do nothing and let Xemnas have his way. I belong with Sora.
You're gonna go inside Sora now.
And now I am going back to be with him.
Now yet another person is living inside Sora.
Roxas, I need you to do me a favor. All those hearts that I've captured.
Also, though,
Kingdom hearts.
Kingdom Hearts.
Set them free.
Kingdom Hearts? Free them?
It's too late for me to undo my mistakes.
Maybe we should see a doctor about
Can't
that.
let Zemnis have Kingdom Hearts. You can't.
Yeah, so now, living inside Sora, so far we have,
See you again. I'm glad
Xion,
I got to meet you.
and also
Oh.
Roxas. They're both
And of
inside.
course, Axel,
I mean,
too.
maybe they're happy in there. Maybe they're chilling out.
You are both my best friends.
You idiot. You can't have two friends.
Forget. That's the truth.
You're only allowed one. That's what the name means.
No. Xion.
Okay.
Who else will I have ice cream with?
I mean, Axel. If that's your main concern, you could have ice cream with Axel. That's cool. He's still there. Just terrestrialize. Oh no.
Xion.
I activated your Google Home. How did I do that? Google Home. Buy subscriptions to the Hell Zone.
How did this happen?
It told you what an Axel. That's funny. What? Now I'm the winner? But I don't feel like a winner. I feel like a wiener. It's it. It's there. We did it, everybody. The final day. Belef. Believe it. Oh no. Oh no, it's the sexy ones. She doesn't know what hellzone.club is? Google it. Or probably just put it into your browser, I guess. And it will redirect you to this page that you're currently on. Bayonetta! The shadow remains cast! Riku's changing the channel. It's like, isn't nothing good on,
Who are you? What does it matter? I'm here for you. Why are you trying to stop me? Because I want back the rest of Sora's memories.
Sora? Enough about Sora.
Sora. That's all you fucking talk about.
I'll set Kingdom Hearts free. Then everything will be the way it was. She'll come back. And the three of us can be together again.
You asked Google Home what your name was last week, and then it said, sorry, I don't know you.
It's a
Yeah.
struggle just to remember the name now. Either way,
AI.
I can't let you go
It's really
doing
coming a
anything
long way.
crazy.
I'm freeing Kingdom Hearts, and I'm going to find Sora. I want Xion back. I want my life back!
If you try and make contact with Kingdom Hearts, the last thing you'll get is your life back. The organization will destroy you.
Enough!
Why? Why do you have the Keyblade?
Man, Riku, you got fucking your ass handed to you. Now I am the one who is the winner.
Me, 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 me.
Me, 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 me.
Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me.
That's what they're saying. Oh, he's sleeping. He's like, this is just as comfortable as my bed at home. I fooled you into putting your Keyblade down in the ground.
Why don't you quit?
Come on, Sora. I thought you were stronger than that.
Huh? Get real. Look which one of us is winning.
So it's true. You really are his nobody. Guess Diz was right after all.
They really tried
What are
hard
you talking about?
to
I
like
am
shoehorn
me.
this in.
Nobody else.
They were like, look how it fits. It fits right there. But it's pretty clear that they wrote this afterwards.
How many times do I have to beat you?
All right. You've left me with no other choice.
What?
I have to release the power in my heart. The dark power that I've been holding back.
My eyes.
Even if it changes me forever.
Classic anime trope. You're pretty tough. Guess I should fight you without my blindfold on. Nothing personal, kid. You know, that probably actually feels like kind of good.
I have
if he's like
accepted it.
cracking his back. He's like, actually, yeah, all right. My back pain's gone. Wait.
Me, 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 me.
Oh, fuck this guy. Oh, shit. Just ignore me.
Diz, he could feel Sora.
Oh, he told you how he felt, did he? Ridiculous. Nobody cannot feel anything.
If he had met Sora,
this is real
things might
judgy.
have been different.
That's what I'm learning about this game.
Roxas, don't be sad. I came from you and Sora.
Oh, really?
I am
Did you?
you, the same way that I am Sora. You'll
I am
forget
thou.
me,
Thou art I.
but the memories themselves will never go away. Memories of you and me will always be together, forever inside him.
Oh. Oh. Listen, I didn't write this stuff, people. Whoa. 359? I did not sign up for this. I signed up for 358, and that's it.
Another dream about him.
We do get to see his feeties, though, so I'll take it. You there, boy. What day is it? Oh, it's Christmas Day.
Maybe today we'll finally hit the beach.
And then that's where Kingdom 2 starts.
Only 7 days to go, and then my summer vacation's over.
So is this actually the end? Or is there literally like the over 2 thing? Is it like, wait, is there another half to this game? I'm really not sure. If we beat the game, then I'm happy. Done and dusted. One and done. Because I gotta say, gameplay wise, this is the best one. Story? It's a little filler, right? There's some character details it fills in, which are, I believe, come back later as things that, like, you might be like, oh, okay, so that's, for instance, who Xion is. But yeah, I like the ice cream. A bit much. I prefer a little bit of moderation, frankly. It's a lot of calories. These kids are gonna feel it when they're in their 30s, okay? Believe you me, huh? Believe you me. Sanctuary opening version and Sanctuary after the battle. Why are those in red? The Island Def Jam Music Group. Jesse McCartney. Allison Stoner. Nice name. Dave Boat. Dave Boat. Marluxia wasn't in this game. Larxene wasn't in this game. Diz was Corey Burton, who did the Christopher B. voice. I don't think any of those people were there either. There were... Mickey Mouse was the only Disney character in this game. Remember when these two people were talking? Great textures. Oh, the map? The map in this game left something to be desired, in that there was none. Interface. Is there an interface in this game? I haven't paused it. Try now? I'm scared. I'm too scared. What if we have to start over? Ooh, real-time facial animation. So, but like, in later games, they really kind of run with the idea of like using these like dolls or whatever. And I honestly had no idea what was going on with that. So this does kind of like fill in some details where I'm like, is it important to watch this? Probably not. But you could, at least I'll say, like, Tetsuya Nomura definitely remembers what happened in this game. Right at the top of the screen. Nomura will remember this. Oh, Piccolo's in this game? Awesome. He definitely does. You'll see. And that is a threat. You'll see. Font supplier. You gotta get those fonts from somewhere. And what great fonts they are. Pressing X to doubt. I would never push a button. I've never pushed a button in my life, and I never will. Jiznep. I don't know if Disney still has, like, officially Disney Interactive. I think they shut that down and opened something else. And now, for part 2. Who's this fucking guy? I'm gonna kill him. There can only be one. Highlander rules. Secret reports. Characters section. What does that mean?
Pitiful, heartless.
Pitiful, heartless. Okay, I actually have... Oh, this is... Okay. Extras? It's been a week since I got here. How long? He didn't write anything there. What does it mean? Characters. Games. Tunes. Emails. Alright, listen. We've all been given a gift here today. We finished Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. Listen. That was an experience. Was it a video game? That's for the scholars to debate, not me. But I hope you enjoyed the entirety of Kingdom Hearts 358 days over 2. I don't know why it's 358 days over 2. What's the over 2? It seemed like just 1 to me. It seemed like just 358. Maybe that's more apparent if you played the real game. But I had a fantastic gameplay experience compared to usual. Next time, we're going to load up some Birth by Sleep Final Mix or Kingdom Hearts RE Coded. I don't know which one, honestly. But in any case, I think I'm going to end the stream here because it doesn't really make sense to start a new one. And we'll come back next week with one of these. And in the meantime, you all have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Sunday with some Kingdom Dew Star Hearts Valley. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in hell.